I got on a little kick with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. For the past few days because I dissected something from I Have a Dream in accordance to a Black Mirror episode. And it came on my YouTube playlist, so I just kept listening to different speeches. One of them being I've Been to the Mountaintop, which is really good. It's superb. You guys should listen to it. And anything by him you should listen to. And he talks about the idea of economic withdrawal. And it sparked a couple things. I just jotted notes. I didn't actually write anything for this that was comparable to the pages of things I wrote before. And I related it to the larger topic of how we get over exes, or how we move on, or how we emotionally detach from things or remove our energy from things that are misusing us, oppressing us, not for us, whatever it is. When he talks about economic withdrawal, this is boycotting. But I like that he doesn't use the term. He uses the term economic withdrawal. I want to talk about energetic withdrawal, emotional withdrawal, actional withdrawal, just anything where you're withdrawing and retreating rather than advancing and acting, whatever that is. So we talk about this topic with our exes all the time. And yet we don't talk about it in terms of how we interact with our entire outside world. We talk about interpersonal communications, but we don't talk about it on a mass scale. It's the same thing with manifesting. I see a lot of individual stuff, and I have been a culprit of only focusing on and posting individual manifesting, or maybe just manifesting for you and a specific person, or whatever it is. But we don't talk about mass manifesting a lot. Or if we do, I haven't seen a lot of content on it, so I could be wrong. The old adage, silence speaks louder than words. This is silence of everything. This is silence of your voice, silence of your eyes, silence of your ears. You know, the monkey, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Your actions should be blind to everything you don't want in your life. We complain about all of these world problems, and we pretend that they're larger than they are, and we pretend that they have more power than they do. But if you believe in manifesting and energy and spirituality and all that, and at this point, most people do, then similarities, right? As within, so without. Whatever is within the human spirit collectively, which is what the world is what the world is going to reflect back to us. Violence, death, crime, selfishness, all of that stuff. It's a reflection of who we are as a people. And a lot of people do not want to directly say that because they're scared to come across pessimistic or negative or whatever it is, and are happy to go along with that hopelessness or that powerlessness. Many people, myself at different points, claim that, we have no power against the system, it's too large, or whatever it is, when we're so contradictory with a lot of other things. And the whole thing with Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. If you take care of yourself and yourself only the proper way, if you love yourself properly, literally everything in your own life, and honestly the surrounding world, because your influence will naturally expand. That's how energy works. If you simply love yourself, from a philosophical definition, the world starts to create order from chaos. Your world starts to create order from chaos. So a lot of these things that we're complaining about, if we can't take any sort of direct action, your inaction or your silence can be just as powerful as the action you feel you don't have the power to take. Everybody has the power to not act. I don't care what standing you are on. There is some degree of power you have to act, and there is also an even usually a greater degree if you're in lower standing of what we consider classes or affluency to be. You have even greater power to not act, okay? I don't want to hear excuses, because the way society was set up, especially when Martin Luther King is talking about economic withdrawal, Blacks were definitely not in the place of power that they are today. So if they had enough power to take action, then you have enough power to take action now. And this has been the case over the span of mankind. certain things have gotten better, certain things have gotten worse. But as a species, we are evolving. I don't care what the hopeless say. We are evolving and we are expanding. So with the barriers that are no longer in place, you really have no excuse to complain that there's nothing that can be done or nothing that you can do. That is pure fear, hopelessness, or laziness, or some combination of the three, because we're healing as a people. That being said, boycotting life is always going to be your best bet if you feel you cannot do anything else, right? I talk about the hypocrisy in this. You complain that fast food companies don't pay their people enough, or their food is bad for us, their food is killing us, but you're still going through the drive-thrus. Okay. You complain that Balenciaga is into child porn or supports child porn, but you're still buying their t-shirts and their shoes and their purses and all that stuff. Okay. You're complaining that political parties are too polarized now, but you're still voting under them. You complain that Big Pharma fake loves us and Big Pharma is trying to profit off of us, but yet you don't take care of your health, where you need more and more of Big Pharma pills and doctor intervention and all that stuff because you're not taking care of your body. You complain that people treat each other like crap, but you say something snarky in your head about that girl when she gets attention and you don't. You complain that ethnic communities like me, Native and Hispanic communities, are being kept down, but you don't have any awareness or knowledge of the struggles your people are currently facing, or you are blind to the very history of the ancestors that fought for you. You complain, my best friend talks about Black activism, and she's, I don't consider her to be a culprit of this, but you're killing your own people for the sake of getting out of poverty, but you complain that the white man is holding you down, but we attack our own people. There's a lot of supporting the system that we are doing actively. We're actively participating in these things. So even when you think you are not acting, your action and your attention and what you hear and what you absorb, your spiritual eating centers are going somewhere. They're doing something. They're acting something out. It may look like inaction to you, but it's not. You're actively participating if you're not purposely acting in another area, or purposely or intentionally not acting in another area. So at the end of the day, if you do something as simple as take care of your health, take care of your emotional health, you can watch. I took care of mine by watching so many free videos on YouTube and journaling. It was $1 for me to go get a journal and $1 for a pack of pens, and free to watch YouTube. And if I didn't have Wi-Fi, I would drive to another place that had Wi-Fi and use theirs. You really have no excuse not to heal. You have no excuse not to take care of your health. And maybe that comes in baby steps. Rome was not built in a day. So maybe you have all of these bad habits. I listed a whole slew of things that is definitely not an exhaustive list. Start with one thing. You can leave all this other crappy stuff here and not worry about it and not judge yourself for it. Start with this one thing. And when you master that down, pick something else in this pile of crap and take an honest look, but don't beat yourself down that maybe what the world has made you into is a pile of crap. And that's okay, because the world is a pile of crap in its current state, but it's not going to stay that way. So what you're going to do is just pick things little by little, and you're going to get it down and you're going to master it in whatever form you can. And then you're going to expand it. And then you're going to reward yourself for that, because you need to have some kind of reward for doing a good thing, or, the human spirit is going to get tired. It just happens. And you're going to keep picking out that pile of junk, and you're going to radiate out, and you're going to be Gandhi, the change you wish to see in the world, and all of that cheesy stuff. And when people see, at the very least, they're going to want what you have. If you're going to be that person that wants to live a lifestyle that people covet, it should look like health. It should look like emotional intelligence. It should look like connectedness. All of that stuff, as soon as you start modeling that and people see how great your life is going, people are going to naturally want that. They might not take action or they might not do exactly what you do because it's going to look a little different on everybody, but you're going to inspire change by accident. And it's this little web that happens by accident, and you don't even have to do much. You don't even have to, I really enjoy informing people. I really enjoy the self-development pursuit. I really enjoy just giving information and breaking down how people can be better, or things that might resonate better with people, whatever it is. I enjoy purposely doing that, but you don't even have to do that. Once you get settled and have peace, and you're doing amazing on your own, not perfect, but amazing. Okay. People naturally want that. It's the natural hunger in the human spirit, and nothing can stop it. And once people figure out the actual way that you got there that is not tainted, they're going to naturally follow suit. Because at the end of the day, like Dr. Martin says, freedom is what we desire most in our spirit. It's liberation from any tainted system that has gotten out of balance and taken over us. The systems have no real power. The individual has all the power. And I'm so tired of sitting back and watching people truly think that a system has power. The system only has power because you gave it power, and you can take it right back. And you can take it right back almost by doing nothing. You can do whatever you can on your level. And maybe in your lifetime, you're only going to see a certain level of improvement or a certain level of escaping the trap. But your job is to be, I believe it's sedentary rock. I have to look this up, but it's it's in geology. I'll look it up and I'll correct it in the caption when I post this. Your job is to be a layer in that rock that builds up the next generation. The only reason you can sit here and complain about half the crap, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of crap to complain about, but the only reason you can complain about it on the level that you do is because people suffered even more than you and fought anyway and didn't complain to get you to the point where you are. So you are the middle child in that building for the next. So you might be on top now, but in the grand scheme of things, you're a layer. And so you need to zoom out and realize that, and that as removed as it sounds, your complaining and your discomfort and your suffering really means nothing. It means everything. It's something to be dissected and overcome. And that's how you do that within that layer. But at the end of the day, it doesn't outweigh the big picture. And the amount of improvement you make in that ripple effect of everybody that's in this timeline with us makes way for the improvement our kids and our grandkids and all that stuff don't have to make. Just like we're the grandkids or great grandkids of somebody who fought for X, Y, and Z. Some of us are great grandkids, or some of us are even grandkids of ethnic communities that were in poverty or slaves or couldn't go to a non-segregated school. We're not really as far removed in that tree as we think. But you're sitting here free. You're sitting here with voting rights and all of that. And while there's still so many more problems to be tackled, it's your duty to pick up that sword that they put down when they died and continue that. So, all of that being said, this video is mostly about taking away your action, your attention, your focus, your goals out of the system, because we are the system. There might be people running it, but it cannot exist without us. I don't care how rich you are, especially if you're rich off of something that is detrimental to the population. When they stop participating in it, there goes your entire sense of stability. So something has to change, or you have to cater to the needs, the new healthy needs of the people, okay? You have a lot more power than you think, especially with things like this. Maybe you can't afford to go place your money somewhere else, but you don't have to place it at all, and this comes with overcoming emotions, mental addictions, and it doesn't even have to be something as serious as drugs or whatever, right? But any kind of addiction that you have that is out of control. Once you get control of yourself internally and your emotions, there's literally no stopping you, and you can apply all of that in the direction it needs to go, and things naturally have to shift around you.